money. The UN estimates that 50,000 children across Senegal are facing such abuse.
In South Senegal, in the rural areas of Casamance, the quality of life is among the worst in the country due to lack of development, lack of resources and infrastructure.
To implement the modern form of education, because despite the 24% of the budget allocated to education,
which severely affect agro-pastoral activities that are primary source of self-sufficiency. Here, poverty is its highest with 97% of the population. 88% of the families have no access to drinking water. 60% of the population lives in dwellings without direct access to the electricity. And 98% of the dwellings have no sewage system.
How many hours a day do they spend, begging people for money?
They admitted their Quran teachers send them out to beg at 5 a.m. every day. They're told it's part of their education, but admitted they never see where the money goes. Most of these children have no problem at all with being sent out to beg.
60% of these children leave school before high school. The competition to design this primary school rises from this vital need.
Regulation of traditional Quranic schools known as daras that operate informally. Some of these daras are known to be derelict, run-down places, schools where physical and moral abuse is commonplace.
The challenge is to create an architectural model for a nursery school that safeguards and promotes the right of every child while nurturing their skills and igniting their curiosity about the world. The aim of the competition is to find an architectural model for nursery school that promotes the well-developed children by providing safe, stimulating and inclusive environment. Architecture should support the right to education and well-being by creating ideal psychophysical conditions for the development of each child. It should provide a space that goes beyond a mere educational function, integrating opportunities for play, socialization and exploration, and serving as a focal point for the entire community. The competition seeks an architecture that inspires trust and serenity in the children, their family and community. The nursery school project had no set plot. It just needed 5 classrooms, each capable of accommodating around 20 children, office space for admin and parents meeting, educational play area, versatile space for playing or creative workshops, and infirmary, a space dedicated for attending injuries or dining space that was for a space for serving meals, a storage for storing educational materials, toys and equipment, toilet areas for children and school staff. The climate is tropical with long dry season in winter and wet season in summer, the length of which increases from the north to the south.
So how do you give a safe environment for kids to play, to study and to learn, and to give space where they can learn life skills? That was the question which we're looking for to give answer to in the design competition. And we resolved this through putting all the classrooms around a courtyard. One side we kept all the classrooms, those noisy areas, and second area, the multi-purpose area, dining, office, we kept it on the other side where the admin will sit, giving them a safety from the admin part of the working. The washrooms, we placed it outside of this whole setup so that hygiene and the overall workflow, the circulation will work very efficiently. The classrooms were planned in a system where each and every classroom can be combined with each other. And you can get a combinations of different space, the square feet areas of each and every classroom, the learning areas. In addition to that, we felt that the kids should have an environment where they can feel soothing, the environment which may soothe their body and they can feel relaxed when they are learning in the heat of Senegal. So we gave these small ponds and water bodies, the green part, the greenery, the landscape, which will be half outside and half inside the classroom, which will reduce the temperature of the internal temperature of the classrooms. The walls were envisioned as floating walls in rammed earth, which can be built from the surrounding areas. So all the materials which we have planned in the school were easily available in the surrounding areas of the site. The walls were created through rammed earth. In addition to that, to give diffuse light, glass bottles were used. The flooring were all rammed soil, rammed earth again, and giving them a cool environment to study. The roofings were overhanging type, so that the shaded part, the shading will reduce the heat load, heat gain on the building. And the top part, kind of hat, will have a skylight, so that all the hot air may escape from the roofing. The walls, the dead walls, were part of elevation, but those had functional work of giving very interesting spaces for kids to play. Maybe a hanging tire through which they can have some memories, they can create some memories, or those round punchers in which they can play, they can stand, they can sit. So those different sizes of the cutouts were also helpful in architecture for them to have some interesting areas or interesting ideas to work with. And they can learn, they can write on the walls. They have the freedom to explore their own identity. The fruit orchard was also placed just behind the building, so they can learn life skill. They can learn part of the soft skills of business, of growing plants, and to connect to the soil. The whole sense of schooling was just made around a courtyard, giving them a safe environment to study. That was the overall idea for designing this very interesting school competition. Though, unfortunately, we were not able to rank into the top list, but we learned a lot and how we can design some interesting school for the children to come in the future generation. And we can contribute to the education system of India or to the world. We are talking about some more interesting projects in our coming up videos. Please do subscribe if you have not subscribed. This is all about the design and enthusiasm which we create through our videos. It's our encouragement and dialogue between you and us. If you have some more ideas, if you would like to know more about any particular project, please let us know. We'll surely shoot a video and share with you. Thank you and see you in the next video. Thank you.